Mike's still being finicky. Alright, with a demo and a Kickstarter for my game live. It's called X-Human Smack Up Giant Mutant Fishes in a Water Open World. And now, what? So I kind of pulled an all-nighter. Now, it's done! It's very scuffed, still, but it's done. So, after going to work at 7 AM the same day and watching the launch on my break, I just chilled and slept for most of the day. Between then and now, I've simply been going to work and chilling. It's nice, but I'll talk about more later. When Thursday hit, we got a backup, and I've had to traverse through tons of scammy marketing agencies and messages and emails just so I can find 2 actual people. Then after being ghosted by like 20 something YouTubers, I'm really happy just to find a few people that are genuinely interested in what I'm trying to do through this game. But with Kickstarter being an all or nothing thing, I need to get the game in front of an audience. I need to find people to show this thing to and a community to rally around if the Kickstarter is going to work. So until the product ends, which is a little over a week away from now, I plan on making super hype videos and getting more emails, finding people however I can, and at the end putting all of it into one big video that can guarantee an audience with enough actual effort in the right areas so you can learn from my mistakes, like launching a Kickstarter before anyone actually knows about it. So what do I do after going unseen by a bunch of people already? If I reach out again, it's more likely to just be blocked now. If I want to purely hit the campaign goal with 35k Aussie bucks, I'm going to need to get in front of about 200,000 people with expected conversion rate of 1%, and assuming most will go with the lowest reward tier, but not all. Now, because I was tired, on top of trudging through all the marketing agencies stuff for multiple days, I started to question if I should just go dark, build an alpha, playtest internally, and then when the game is nearly finished, or when it is finished, I just release it to whoever will find it and just go on with whatever else. I don't even know what I'm going to do after I finish this game. It has been all I've wanted to do since I started looking for purpose and finding all the philosophical stuff. I could enjoy life, go on some dates, find a wife. I don't know. No, I do know. I've just listened to whatever God says in front of me, like I've always done, and enjoy the process. And balance, because it's more fun that way, and that is what my meaning of life is in the first place. But I started thinking about that saying of don't chase fame because of all the dark stuff that comes from it, like stalkers and having to hide away from everything just to have a bit of privacy. Like I said, I had to trudge through like 50 something agencies back and forth a few times instead of actually talking to fans. It just wasted my time. I want to motivate kids, chase their dreams, and to finish my own. I want as many people as possible to play the game, but I don't want to become as figurehead of millions and millions. If it means being sought after and watched 24/7 for every insignificant little thing I do, it is way too late to take away my presence as a developer. So, what's next? I hadn't really done anything for marketing or emails stuff when Friday hit, but I finished the script for the last devlog outside of the re-editing and rested some more before then scheduled out the next 3 months to polishing stuff so I can hit the goal of release in October 2025. That's the plan, and that will give me 7 months to finish the game after the polishing, which is really just story, enemies, and environment, and the abilities. So that is very doable, but those are some very big chunks of the game. So for the rest of the week, I chilled, made the last video, and like I said, chill. It turns out the points that I've been gathering up over a bunch of time with just searching stuff for game dev off of the default browser being Bing, I've racked up a ton of points that can actually be exchanged for stuff like PC Game Pass for free. Very nice. So of course one of the first ones I downloaded was Hollow Knight, and honestly, kind of overrated. I kept coming back because of the exploration and I wanted to keep finding things, but I hate the lose your stuff if you mess up too many times. Great point to touch on with risk, but I hated being punished for trying. Plus, with Another Cloud's Treasure, it just heightened the flaws of the game, and I don't even feel a need for a shell in that game unless it's a death shot. I just dodge. Now, leaving that little side rant, I didn't even realize Rollerdrome was leaving the thing until the day of. The controls on that, very unintuitive, but still fun on the first couple levels. So the next week, because I had to re-edit the video and trying to make it feel like a show, and if you saw it, you would know my mic was being extremely stubborn. So after I went, how the fuck do I get the game out? I got so pissed off at this mic stuff, I couldn't even figure out how to fix it with Audacity tutorials, so I even ended up making the audio worse. So to make it audible, I had to duplicate it 3 times over in the editor, and whenever I cut a piece of audio at a certain point or too many times in a row, it would just crash. The app couldn't handle it, but the PC can handle this easy peasy. So what is this? I am taking a break. I want to rip this thing apart and make it myself. Whee! A matter of hours later, I actually went to this work Christmas party because they were open for Sundays for the whole Christmas season. And the party was really fun. About 10 o'clock, I ended up going for a skate. Hung out with some friends while I was there until about 1 AM, and it was really nice. Then I went home, played a little bit more, and it was really nice to enjoy doing stuff every so often, but still have this dream to chase and come back to. I can't spend as much time on it as I could before, but spending all of my time on it just end up hurting everything from my health to relationships, and I just barely flickering on the balance point of that for a while. So overall, I've seen how much I can push it with the balance and what balance looks like for me, even having this time commitment on the job. But I can't get lazy and do the flip side where I make no progress. So after that, I spent about 2 hours collecting emails because I still want to keep trying this thing. If one YouTuber at a medium size likes what I have to say, it's done. I just haven't used it because I don't know if I should send more emails and probably blow up with fame because of confidence and a week left, or if I should let my work speak for me, which still made Oda blow up. I can always just do both, but what's the priority? Making the game. The good thing is I don't need the Kickstarter to work. I'm not gonna go broke because of this job. I don't know why I'm at supermarket, because so many devs just go full-time paying job, full-time good paying job in programming or security while they work on the game and pay bills and work on the game in their spare time. And I am literally in a mining area. I could do mine security work and get way more money way quicker. And I love blocking stuff out with what I do as well. I like just going all in on something and finishing it in one sitting. I really don't like leaving things unfinished. So I could definitely go into the mines for a year and just move on and quit after I'm done. But I kept going back to the local grocery store while putting a resume together. I don't make much more than the minimum wage there. There'll be days where I'm running out online orders and a plastic pulley trolley and then just collecting trolleys, and that will be the whole day. But there's something God wants to pull me to there. So assuming I can work 70 hours plus or minus 20, and anywhere from 10 to 38 of that will go into the job, that will add up to between 400 and 1,500 hours of total 2,800 hours for the entire development across the next 10 months, and that's excluding sleeping and eating and etc. So anywhere between 15 and 54% of my time that I have for work can be used for the job. And Thomas Brush, who's been in the game dev industry for a decade, says not to do any more than 35. I work 63 hours in a week, including the job. And I mean, I took 2 days off because I was tired compared to the usual one that I've been working around. But overall, I feel fine, so I'm gonna keep on going. I could just go dark, make a beta to playtest privately, and when the game is close to finish, come back revving and roaring to release it, ready to go. Then again, there's this whole bad publicity is good publicity. If all you want is to get an audience and to get attention, do something people talk about. If you don't have the time to build a community, hijack someone else's. If that's surrounding controversy, teaming up with them, calling a Dick Smith or a Reagan, a Mob Psycho 100, and turning a bad situation into a good one because they are talking about you, it doesn't matter what they're saying. Or you can grow your own with something captivating. That can be a thing, a personality. For me, it's a creation. I mean, look at how well Ode is done. Sure, being in the game dev sphere, a success is 1% of millions of creators, but as long as you don't give up and keep on growing for it, being unapologetically yourself, because that's a big part of creation, and on top of everything, following God, it's inevitable. When my game or the songs are perceived as good enough by a large amount of people, it will gain an audience on its own. And I'm going to go back to make the script more neat, be funny when I want to, not for retention, despite how amazingly well it worked out for Danny. So for now, I've been using my goal with the last 3 years of development to reach out, and it hasn't done well enough. I can go into early access after polishing what I have with the demo and then update it with every big change. Then I can change the devlogs to focus more on the progress of every update instead of every week. And I can do like monthly videos based on that, and it does have enough progress to make a full video, but doing videos weekly does not. That's why I thought using the problems in the process of creating it can be inspiring and it can be helpful and entertaining. But either I haven't done well enough with that, or just the idea hasn't worked. So I got to figure out something with that by experimentation but YouTube heavily rewards doing weekly content over bi-weekly or monthly, as I found out between my personal channel and the business channel, and my progress is way quicker doing weekly videos, but it has kind of plateaued since the focus is on the game. Hence why I wanted to make the whole thing a quality of a show. Way more entertaining, way more structured, and can be followed a lot easier. More sequential instead of just what it has been. It's just like bleh. I do go on to a side rant here about a game, but Zelda Zone Zero, so I'm going to actually keep that separate, and I moved back here to see more things. I'm going to use it to keep that in my pockets for whenever. Well, I don't know how that game doesn't have a budget that's like as high as a rocket, but thank you for watching the video. The raw footage is 25 minutes so far, so edited will be good length, like just on the 20-minute mark, so pretty good. And since there was no development on the game, since the demo launch, it's just been resting and chilling, this kind of talky stuff works quite well, and then the pocketed ideas will be useful for other things. Sure, thank you for watching, and this little box over here, that's also an upcoming video. Very excited about that one. You can probably guess considering the height of it and the size and shape of it right there, but thank you for watching, and bye bye. I really wish this thing was wider and had mic so I can actually use the setup better, but yeah, we'll make it work. Bye bye.